Halo! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness gracious me, Halo 3. Did that rhyme? I hope it did. My name's actually Holmbaum and Matthias. Matthias Holmbaum is my actual real human life name. And yeah, Halo 3 on PC is now out, and it's basically a historical moment in history of the world. The fact that this came out in 2007 and changed a lot of our lives. I know a lot of you who follow me are here for the Halos. Some of you might be here for the, I don't know, ostriches and camel footage that I sometimes upload. But I just wanted to check in with you, have a little chit chat, commentary. It's been a while, one of these. I feel like this format is underrated. Remember when YouTube, the simple days of YouTube, where all gaming videos were either Call of Duty or Halo gameplay, and someone talked over it? No? Just me. Kind of want to bring it back, sharing thoughts with each other, that community, personal, intimate vibe of just talking, just being human. No fancy editing, no professional gameplay. That's actually one of the things I want to touch on here. Is like, goddamn, what happens when you take a couple of years off Halo, playing consistently? Is you're not as good anymore. And I certainly have felt that. This is one of my first games coming back, just trying it out on the PC. And boy, oh boy, what I once thought I was, I am no longer. And that's kind of what I want to touch about as a theme for this video is the whole concept around identity. Like who are we? Who we are as people, who we see ourselves to be. And I mean, for myself, a lot of things that I've held on to for a long time is like, I'm a Halo player. I make videos. Also, like, I'm a big introvert. Like, all these things that we label ourselves as, like, this is Matthias, this is me. But I find that really fascinating because it's more fluid than that, right? I don't know if you've seen the Jim Carrey movie, the documentary on Netflix, Jim and Andy. If you haven't, I highly recommend you check it out. But basically, the whole concept of that film is around that you can choose your own identity because he basically is an actor for 2 years, and he lives and breathes it in everyday life, on set, off set, when the camera's rolling, when it's not. And after a couple of years of being this character, he comes out the other side, the movie or whatever, the project is done, and he's like, hang on, so now I'm no longer this character, so then who am I? I'm going back to Jim Carrey, but who's Jim? Who's Jim? And I think a lot of you who may have moved to different cities in your childhood, maybe you went to different schools, or even growing up, if you go to university, you go to these different cities and different social sets, and it's like, hang on, these people have no idea who I am. I could be anyone. And I think it's an interesting concept around identity and who we think we are. And also, I mean, if you walk into a room of 20 people, that's 21 different perceptions of who you are. All those 20 people are going to look at you in a different way, put you in a different frame, but also yourself, you're going to have a different perception of who you are as well. So it's a very subjective experience. But I think it's interesting because I feel most people walk through life, they pick up a lot of stuff along the way, like this happened to me, and then, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to me, and it becomes this huge backpack where we don't let go of stuff. I know some people that I know is like, I know a girl who's like really into wine. Like she drinks 2 glasses of wine every night. But that behavior that developed after a traumatic experience, and the wine became sort of like a band-aid for coping. And now maybe like she holds on to this identity like, if I don't drink wine every night, who am I? But I feel like in society or in the world, I feel like we would really benefit from encouraging each other to really give ourselves permission to move on from these things and let go of a lot of our identity that we think that maybe it's no longer serving us. Maybe it was a healthy way, semi-questionably healthy way to just get through and survive that part of her life, but maybe it's no longer serving her. And I think it's just okay to let go of these things, of who we think we need to be or who we think we are, because chances are who we think we are is not actually who we are. And that to me is a profound statement, because if I don't have to be the guy who loves and plays Halo 4 hours a day, or if I don't have to be you know, the guy who just goes hunting because my dad's a hunter. Like, who am I actually? And I think it's also more interesting to focus on, other than these things and I don't know, these shallow forms of behavior, I find it more interesting to focus on kind of like things like the essence of things, like kindness. I want to be known as someone who's loving and kind, not necessarily someone who's a Halo player or I'm the class clown. So I think that's something that I've started to realize, that it doesn't actually matter who people think I am, but what I do focus on to come across in a social setting is a lot of these features of a human that most people would like to have around them, the selflessness and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, making your identity about something that actually matters. Versus the perception of an identity. But yeah, that's this gameplay. Check my no-scope 2. Finish off that game off. Man, rusty gameplay. But yeah, I'm real curious of what you think about this whole concept around identity and what I said in this video, and also what you think about Halo 3. I love you lots. I'll see you soon. Triple!